Hello, YouTubers, friends, compatriots, hooligan shills, death stars, pheasants, vassals. I'm a useful idiot, and today we go back to Syria. Well, it looks like one of the most obvious false flag events ever to be seen in our lifetimes. And it's a UN chemical weapons inspection team that were sent to Syria 2 days ago. And now, 2 days later, we have a supposed chemical weapons attack that happened 15 minutes from where the UN inspection team is staying. And so it doesn't get much more convenience than that. They barely even had to pack any toothbrushes. And now the body count, according to the opposition, went from about 12 to 50 to 200 to 500 to 700 to now they're saying 1,300. And this number is important because they had to make the number dramatic. They have to make sure that there's no doubt that the fabled red line has been crossed. And 50 people and 40 people and 60 people here and there just doesn't do it. So they got to come up with a big number. And they also have to make sure it's bigger than other massacres because, of course, 450 Kurds being massacred by Al-Qaeda, the opposition, doesn't mean a thing to the West. It barely even was a blip on their radar. Certainly wasn't mentioned by the government or the media. And but now we have some of those same Al-Qaeda that are massacring Kurds that are now supposedly being massacred by the Assad government with chemical weapons. And this is problematic in a number of reasons, a number of ways, and for a number of reasons. One, of course, is the fact that I just mentioned. We have a UN inspection team there going to check out these so-called chemical weapons attack, and then one miraculously happens 15 minutes away within the 2 days that they arrive there. So that stinks. That totally stinks. And then we have the fact that it makes even less sense now for Assad to use chemical weapons knowing about this fabled red line because he's generally winning the civil war in the field. So why would a guy who's winning the war and certainly doesn't want any more escalation would risk intervention and a complete turnaround? So that doesn't make sense either. And then it's convenient because of the fact that Assad has been winning in the field. And we have all this controversy over Al-Qaeda, and there's talks about Al-Qaeda perhaps declaring an independent state in North Syria. The timetable for Saudi Arabia and Israel and the United States' plan is accelerated. And this is all stuff I've talked about in previous videos. They have to create the scenario for an intervention because there is no plan B. Assad will be removed by the United States, Saudi Arabia, and Israel, and that is the plan. And therefore, this event falls squarely in their lap. And another reason why this is problematic, I should have mentioned this before, is the fact that now we have this film footage coming out of this supposed chemical attack, and frankly, a lot of the behavior seems awfully exaggerated. So this could easily be a manipulated filmed event for public consumption, for the propaganda war. We had a good example of this recently. The film that came out of Egypt, and Morsi supporters with a bunch of directors and film cameras staging a fake bloody riot scene, and pretty hilarious to watch, but pretty disturbing to think about the implications. And now we have another example of that. This film footage coming out of Syria right now looks a little exaggerated, but that said, like I say, it all in the end, it doesn't really matter if they can, whether it's a lie or not. Just like usual, if they can make this story fly, it really won't matter how many holes are in it. If they can splash the headline that 1,300 people were killed in a chemical attack perpetrated by the Assad government, then it will justify a huge escalation and intervention by Western forces. So here we have it. If this plays out the way I think it will, this is the turning point. We've already had this escalated, but the public didn't buy it very well, and it wasn't very convincing propaganda before. But this one should really do it, and that's what they were looking for, and that's what they created, and here it is. So unfortunately, as I've said on several occasions before, it looks like the United States, one way or another, is going to end up in Syria, and it won't be good. I'm a useful idiot. Don't you be one too.